This is insane. Yeah. It's funny. I hope some of you guys were in Orlando. I got to kind of do a little dry run, and I got compliments that I was good, and so I hope you guys will file that away, because I don't know what's going to happen. I'm overrun with emotions. I don't know how you sum up 10 years and so much love in John gave me a nice little warning. Hey, good job, babe. Remember, there's a clock. I'm like, so yeah. I don't know. So I'm gonna ramble a little bit, and we'll see what happens. I want to hit a couple messages, and then I really just want to get into the thank yous, because that's, to me, what this is all about, and I think there's so many good lessons in those thank yous. But, Jamie, well, I'm supposed to get to that later, but, he kind of touched upon my background and the leaving the sports writer life to tackle this crazy business. And I think that's the best lesson that I kind of want to just share with everybody. The thing that I think about with this business is we have so many people in here. I'm always blown away, just the talent and the smile. I can't even tell you guys, for everyone who came up last night and introduced yourself and said congratulations, you're awesome. How cool is that? So many people I've never met before going out of their way to just share a little joy. And it means the world to me that this is our club. I don't take that for granted. Because I think that's, what, fact. So, I left the sports writer thing because I didn't work with studs. I had the dream job that everyone said was amazing, everyone but me. And I was literally waiting for people to die or retire to maybe have a chance to advance. I worked really hard. I didn't learn any of that stuff here. And, leaving there is, even that 08 story that Jamie tells, I wasn't that close to packing things in, because I left that sports writer role for a reason. I left it because I had bigger things to do. I had people to come through for, and I still think about 10 years, it's just been building, that's all. A lot of lessons, a lot of setbacks, a lot of different challenges, but I left because I was told, second round interview, napkin, some little deli. You work hard, you treat people well, and you perform, and you get whatever you want. And that's all I ever wanted. That's exactly what I wanted. And, I think of so many different things, and it's fun running the breakouts today and talking about screw-ups and past mistakes and just things done wrong. And I value those things more than probably a lot of the victories. They mean more to me. They were, again, what was advertised, which was that it was going to be hard work, but if I did the right things and persevered, I could get whatever I want. And it hasn't really been on the timeline maybe that I've always wanted. And there's been plenty of frustrations, but I'm really in love with this business. I'm in love with being surrounded by motivated people. I'm in love with being surrounded by people who are trying to better themselves. I'm in love with being around people that put character and charity and personal growth at the front of their to-do list. And it's just been remarkable. I don't know where so for time's sake, I'm going to, everyone's going to be happy, and then John's going to yell at me. So I'm going to get right into the thank yous, because I think there's one really, really large message that I do want to hit through this whole thing, which is this is not a big surprise, and it's not even, this promotion had to happen. And I'm going to totally lose it, but the good news is I know a few people are too, so that's fine. But this had to happen, and I think a lot of us are in here where we're healthy, we're talented, we're smart, we're surrounded by good examples, and we're supposed to live up to our potential. And there's a quote that I really like a lot, and I don't know who the author is, but it says, you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And if you think about that, you might have to reevaluate your friend pool, I don't know. But if you think about the 5 people you spend the most amount of time with, it says a lot about who you are. And I'm gonna really cheat here. I'm not taking 5 people. I'm taking 5 groups to kind of go through my thank yous. But what I guess I want you guys to know is, like, I had to do this. Most of you have to be successful. This isn't a big choice thing. You know, you were given gifts and you're supposed to live up to them. And well, let's let the tears go. So I grouped them. So the first one is, you know, maybe if I don't look at all right. I call the first group my foundation, right? So just simply my parents, my brother, my grandparents. If I'm going to cry, you're going to cry. So, you know, my grandparents built a business. They built a business, and they didn't build a business really by choice. They built a business out of necessity. That's kind of where real entrepreneurs, I think, come from. It's not, oh man, it'd be so fun if I ran a business. It's like, nah, I don't know what the hell else I'm going to do. And we gotta feed some mouths, and we gotta run a business. So they built a business out of necessity, and you know, they set such an example, I think, for our family. I don't know, it means so much to me. And I think what was really cool for me in terms of the foundation is I got to see the spoils. I got to see the victory. I got to see the payoff for running a great business and impacting people's lives in such a positive way, and building something that could last. And so I don't know that I knew this early on, but I saw the life, and I saw the lifestyle, and I saw how they could take care of people. And I think that planted that. But then what was really cool was I wasn't jaded to not knowing what it took to build. I've only learned recently in the last, 10 years probably, especially talking with my grandmother, of really like what it took. I mean, she's on a hospital bed with one of her 8 kids doing payroll. I mean, like that's, sorry, your nose in the field aren't that big a deal. So, I only learned that later, but I got to see the example, watching my dad run that business and being up at 4:30 in the morning and getting home 6:30 at night and doing what it took to run the business. And then, what was also awesome about that is he was working so hard. In my early years, I think I got a lot of my calm and my patience stuff from my mom because I spent a little more time with her, baby. And, they set such a foundation of just how you're supposed to live. They just took care of us. And, they set an example that my wife and I have built our marriage and our family on, and that's just, it's invaluable. There's nothing that means more than that. And my brother, what's funny about this is, I'm the older brother, but I had to run away from him when we were kids because, and I don't mean to make this out like he was some crazy child, which he completely was, but, as I learned a lot of patience and things like that. But I think I got a head start on coaching because, and it's funny, Gary talked about this with his brother. It was amazing hearing. I'm like, well, he just stole what I was going to say. But all I ever wanted to do, I just wanted to take care of him. And so I think about, I just think about how, Jamie talks a lot about my style, and I don't know, whatever, but I do have an older brother style with my guys, and it's because that's what I'm used to. And, that's the foundation. How am I doing here? Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. All right, so that's part, again, this idea of the sum of the five people. I mean, so think about it. That's the foundation, right? So the second group, I'm calling this my resources. Sorry, it's not that sexy of a name for people I love, but my resources, I don't know. I am so just in awe of the amount of people who have never gained anything personally from trying to help me. Like, there's so many, and I apologize, obviously time-wise, and I was going to mention every one of you by name, but again, I'd get in trouble. I'm just going to pick on three, and I'm going to start with Gary. I met Gary really early on. I was a newer leader. I don't even know if he remembers this, coming up to San Francisco. And I don't know why. Again, going with the foundation, I should probably trust people more, but I kind of just don't. I kind of question people. It takes a little while sometimes for me to earn people's respect. And whatever reason, I met Gary, and he said, this is what we're going to do. Now, this is 10 years ago. There's no retail, no solar, no Europe, no $250 million a year. This is just, Quill, AT&T, and some things that didn't work out. And, right? Yeah. So, but he talked about what he envisioned for this business where you could be an entrepreneur and you never put a single penny into your business. That it didn't matter your background, where you went to school, that if you worked hard and you treated people well, you can be an entrepreneur. And I have bought into that then. And what's been cool is Gary has taught me so much, but the parenting is what I value more than anything. I mean, if you want to know how cool Gary, there's a lot of stories that I could probably tell, but, so the Hepster and our boys were born 3 days apart. And Gary sends us an email of breaking down when to read what book to our kids at what age. You're laughing. This is the blueprint. And how to do it in a way that builds empathy and character. So he's also the smartest guy in the room, right? But, it means so much to me, and I think he really mellowed me out in that 2008 time a lot because I put a lot of pressure on myself, and I have some fatal flaws. People say perfectionism as like, that in an interview, like, oh, my big flaw is I'm a perfectionist. Like, that's a lousy quality, actually. And I have it, and it beats you up. And he really helped me de-stress, which is not to be mistaken for a lack of intensity, but to just not live and die with every single thing. And he really molded, I don't know, the Zen master, right? So VQ, where's Vera at? She's supposed to be on the table right now. Yeah. Okay, so I know it's cliche in our business. I love Vera Quinn, right? I love me some Vera Quinn. I love Vera Quinn. Vera and I, we joke about it all the time. We don't really know why we became such good friends so quickly. And really, although I can't think of someone I've learned so much from her, but a mentor doesn't really do it justice. She's been just one of my closest friends. She's been someone who has called me out on my BS so many times. It's been nice that we're close enough where I've been able to return the favor a couple times as well, too. But I think one of the things that's so cool about Sidcor and just leadership in general is what a good leader is supposed to do is make sure that when they leave, the future is better with their successor. And Gary, I think you're knocking this out of the park. Out of the park, because when Vera takes this thing over, and she's going to take it over, we all know that, there'll just be more crowd interaction, and there'll be more of these things, and just so much love, and I've always been able to just 100% be myself and be candid and trust you, and it means everything to me. And I know you already know that, but I love you. Yeah. And then the Hepster. Anyone who's got the reputation, and, with all due respect to everyone else, he's known as like the nicest guy in Sidcor. This is a nice group. There's good people. He's like Jamie is someone who, where to begin? He sets a bar so high with his work ethic, his character, his accountability. I know Operation Smile specifically wasn't his necessarily brainchild, but he has been the pace setter for how we've evolved in growing as a charitable organization. That's his influence. He gets rejected on solar, doesn't take the no, and is building something that we've never seen before. And the fact that, there's, two other things. I love being referred to as one of the Hep boys. I love that. There'd be times where like me or Teddy or Sebastian, Liam, we're kind of BSing a little bit or something. Oh, there's the Hep boys. There's the Hep boys. All day long. All day long. You couldn't pay me a bigger compliment. You couldn't pay me a bigger compliment. Couldn't pay me a bigger compliment. And I love you like a brother. I want to get up here and tell you that I can't stand your hack-a-shack basketball game. And I'm really fired up to be able to, part of the appeal of being able to make the move is that, solar's wonderful, but I get to build something up with someone who I just hold in the highest of regards and respect. And it's cool seeing, our boys 3 days apart and our girls a couple months apart. And, you and Joanne have just been amazing. And, yeah, love you guys. Shit. All right. So the third group, 2 minutes left. The third group I call my responsibility, which is my guys. They say what's the quote? You can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family. I disagree. I say you find amazing friends and you make them your family. The signs, not the poster, whatever those things are, the big faces notwithstanding. I love you guys. And I'm going to continue to go to war for you guys and pave paths to create more opportunity. And you've done so much for me. And, the original Bad News Bears crew here, these guys coming out, Jorge, Casey, you guys are awesome. To all the reps, I just want you to know you have someone who knows his role as a servant leader, who is supposed to set an example and push you guys and be tough. And the better you are, the harder I'm going to push you. And, you have someone who's going to lead from the front and do the things he's telling you to do. Our admins, man, you guys are studs. I get to the admin mixer and I was just like, man, just what a bunch of studs. And, specifically, I just want to, Vanessa, Donnie, Dina, Kayla. We get it. We get it. We know that you guys are the backbone and the soul of what we do, and you guys provide opportunity for people. You're the face of our companies, and it helps that you're usually the best-looking faces. I get it. And you guys are awesome. And, yeah. I have 3 Claires in my life. One is my 1-year-old niece. She didn't do anything to help me get up here. But I love her nonetheless. The other two, one is a Hugo and one's a Billy. Hugo, you are just you're the most fun person I know. I know some fun people. You're most fun. You got enough crazy to keep you interesting. You work tirelessly, and Twee and I were really tough to work with. Like, we've been working together for a long time, and there are a lot of admins who aren't here who would tell you, yeah, you don't want to work with those two. And you survived, but you earned every bit. And I'm so excited for you getting rid of me out of that office so you can really be, you and Erica are gonna do some amazing things. And Claire Billy is just we have titles for her, but she's just like our utility superstar. Everything she does is with excellence. She's been just such an amazing friend, and this is dumb. All right. To our rookies, Jay, Josh, Rose, let's see, Nikki, I'm there for you. You guys are awesome. You guys are coming out of the gate strong, and I respect the hell out of that. Steph, we got another journey to go tackle. You made a bold move of shutting down your business so you could go build this next one up, and we're going to do some damage starting on Monday, huh? Yeah. Brandon, Jeff, Erica, the Texas Triangle, all three of you guys were in the field at the hard time on retail, and you guys are proving that tough times don't last, tough people do. You guys pushed through, and that's why you guys are rookie owners doing well, strong, and you guys have so much room to grow into potential and do some big things. I'm so fired up for you guys. Mr. Homan, I'll get to partner with you. You were coming into that office when we had 5 people. And we get to kind of pull this full circle. I don't even know where you're at, but I'm really, really excited for that, buddy. You and me, we got some big things to do up in the Bay. The Ninja, she'll get to talk again a little bit. This is the real deal, folks. This is someone who has barely scratched her potential. She's getting tons of accolades and love, and she takes all of it with a grain of salt, knowing she's got more to do. She's humble, smart, works her tail off, and earns every bit of the recognition she's getting. My boy Justin, he and I almost got hit by a train. That's a good business trip story for a beer later. Yeah, Laredo, Texas. You don't want to get hit by a train there because bad things. You don't know who's coming across that train nowadays. But you've been with me since the beginning of, I guess, the second start, and the loyalty has never been lost on me. And the closer I am to you up in the Bay means the closer my boot is, and I'm excited about that, buddy, because we got to get you up here. Coggerty, my Irish brother. We've been through some stuff, and it's been both ways where we've always had each other's backs, and it's go time, dude. Like you're hitting your stride. You got big things to do, and it's go time. Like let's get some hardware. Let's get after it, huh? And then Austin Smith, Austin's like my hero. Austin is, he's all heart. He's so much smarter than anyone would ever know. And I say that as a compliment because what people know, that sounded backhanded, but what people see is the passion, the love, how he treats his guys, and he's smart. He's tenacious. He's got this chip on his shoulder that he carries like a badge of honor, and he's just waiting for someone to doubt him so he can go just prove him wrong. And you push me, dude. Like, you push me. I love hanging out with you. I'm disappointed that I'm not going to be in Texas. That means we're going to have to talk on the phone more. That's not my favorite thing. I got to carve out like a 2-hour window. you're gonna, come back, promoting owner nominee, and then let's get you up here next year. I mean, you got everything going your way. Your guys are studs. You lead from the front. You treat people well, and you just become one of my best friends. And yeah. All right. I apologize. I only got 2 more groups left. The 4th group of my partner in crime, the Tweezer, Tweed in. Twee's got an interesting story, and she was part of a mutiny in the first office that she was in, where they overthrew the owner. Jamie used to refer to her as his pound puppy because he scooped her up from that office and brought her out to LA. Helen kind of helped mold her a little bit out there. And then so I really inherited a pretty good partner. When Jamie mentions that I didn't have any owners I didn't have any owners that I couldn't quit on because, there's no way I would have ever had the guts to look at Twee and throw in the towel. And, this promotion, it's really, I hope you guys start bombarding her the rest of the night and ask her how this feels because she's going to hate it. But because she deserves it, because if she wasn't so, hesitant to do it, she'd be up here on stage with me because we're partners. We play off of each other so well. I've always been a little bit more of a tent general and strategize and plan it, and she's this field general and just tell me what to do, and she executes. And she's got standards of excellence that are unparalleled. I mean, no one takes on more things with higher expectations and delivers than the Tweezer. And seeing her grow, and she never asked for her piece. That's what's so amazing. She always did everything because it was the right thing to do, and loyalty. And to see her growing this empire as a hub, to see her as she's our org admin hub. I mean, she does everything. And I've seen her marry an amazing man. I mean, Huidin is... She had tight restrictions. She said, I need a Vietnamese Catholic guy in Austin. I'm like... So I rounded up the only 3, and then here we go. No, I love you guys. You guys you're sitting at the family table for a reason. I don't see it any other way, and I'm looking forward to little Dins, little Joseph Michael Din. Yeah. No. Your quick wit, your loyalty, your performance, just. None of this is possible without you, and you know that, and I love you to the end of the earth, and I will do anything ever for you as long as I live. And then, I don't know how I'm supposed to do this, but the last group, my last group of 5 is my everything. Melissa's almost a no-call, no-show tonight. I'm looking around, we're getting started. Our kids are, they're obnoxious. And they're wonderful, I love them. And but they're not here, so we'll have fun. And she had took them up, and I'm looking around like, I'm like, how do I tell everybody, It's bad enough I got to tell people, sorry, I'm going over, but how am I going to tell people we got to stop the whole production because she's not down here? Because this is, true love. Just true love. Like, we're closing in on our 10-year wedding anniversary, 15 years total. Like my absolute just best friend. You know, we've been through some fun, challenging, all kinds of different times. She was with me when I was frustrated as a sports writer and trying to figure out my new path, and she just backed me. She backed that move. I didn't ask her about a career change, and it's because I didn't have to. It wasn't a disrespect thing. It's because she knows my mind. I know hers. We trust each other. And to have, to me, family, that's why I do anything. I'm a really simple guy. Like, this is as much as I've ever spent on a suit, and it was on sale. That's never going to be me. That's not me. Just sold my truck with 190,000 miles on it, and I'm going to try to convince her to let me get another Tacoma. I do everything I do for my guys, my family, my wife, and I just wanted to take care of my family. That's it. I left the newspaper because I don't know how eventually we're going to have kids, and how are we going to pay for anything? How are we going to be able to, what happens if they need something that costs money? Kids are expensive. A lot of you guys aren't thinking about that. Oh yeah, kids, yeah, you're going to have them. They're going to cost money. And I thought about that, and we thought about that, and we really carved out, what we wanted our dream life to look like, and that's something that we've been pursuing just relentlessly. And to be able to take this journey, the ups, the downs, the punches, everything, and to have just a cheerleader, the brains of the operation, another crazy just executioner, just get stuff done, and I didn't even need any of this stuff. I never have. I've never needed a little bit of this. You, me, we take on the world, we're good. And that's always been the approach, and this just gives us a couple more options to pick out some more weapons to take on the world with, you know what I mean? You're the example of what I think every supportive, significant other should be. You trust, you love, you can call my BS a little bit too, and I will never stop working to make sure that you have everything that you deserve, because you are just the most amazing human being I've ever been around in my life, and I am the luckiest person on the planet to call you my best friend and my partner, and I love you so much. I'm just going to finish up with just a quick little thought. Those groups of 5 people, the sum of the 5 people you spend the most amount of your time with, I didn't have a choice. I had to be successful. I had to keep pushing. And this is a small milestone. We have so much more stuff to do. Like, believe me, there's never been a thought that this is the culmination. This is the start. And I really want to challenge everybody out there. Do more. Push harder. Picture your dream life. Your wife, your husband, your kids, where they're going to school, where you're taking them on vacation, being able to thank your parents for everything they've ever done. Think about that. Own that. Feel that. Trust that. And do it already. We need to be a multi-billion-dollar business. We need more and more of the studs out there to live up to your potential. And I will just tell you this, your number one fear in life shouldn't be making mistakes. It shouldn't be going over your timer. It shouldn't be any of those things. Your number one fear in life should be regret. Don't have any. Be bold, be aggressive, take your challenges on with some courage. I appreciate all of the support, the love. This has been an amazing weekend that I will remember for the rest of my life, and I will honor all of that by working even harder to build more companies, to help more people get their piece. I love you guys. Thank you so much.